Jura can anytime drop the bomb on Konoha by revealing his true form, which could lead us to the worst possible future. The 9th chapter of Two Blue Vortex is just around the corner, and everyone is hyped about the new Bijuu power of Himawari. But judging by how Kishimoto has extended a cliffhanger many times in the past, I think we can hope for some Bijuu lore in this chapter, but not a full-fledged explanation of how Himawari got this power and things like that. There are other important things that no one is talking about, like the second most powerful guy getting tossed like a basketball, and a warlike situation erupting in the village, with the Shinju showing no mercy on the shinobis. Sasuke's image is also being spoiled, but that's a different story. I don't even think he cares at this point. Back to the main business, when I saw these shinobis getting killed, it reminded me of Toneri's prophecy about the forthcoming darkness. It seems like that period is yet to arrive, since the Jogan is still nowhere to be seen. But what if the future destruction, which is apparently what this prophecy was about, will be an outcome of the Shinju arrival? Before you guys say Kawaki is the culprit behind whatever is wrong in the future, take a look at this panel. Here Jura had the chance to devour Kawaki and literally bring an end to this world, but he chose not to do it, and Kawaki is much more powerful in the future, which only indicates one thing: either absorb these new monsters or formed an alliance with them. Think about the goals of Kawaki. They are literally the same as Shinju's. The only difference is that the god trees have a unique side quest. It's the urge to consume a certain human being who was very close to their human counterpart. Jura is an exception, but let's talk about him later. If you take Kawaki from the future, he's also following a strange side quest of destroying the shinobi system. He's literally flexing his karma in the middle of Konoha's ruins. Another reason for why I think Jura and Kawaki might shake hands is not just their hunt for Naruto, but the enormous power difference as well. They are literally the only way for Kawaki to get stronger at this point, and with the last chapter foreshadowing his turn to get serious, the Shinjus are definitely connected to his glow up. Back in the first part of the story, Shikamaru was always afraid of Kawaki snitching the village, which he actually did by establishing a sense of truth in Naruto's death. The more I think about it, the more it makes sense for these new characters to just chill and have some insightful talk with the other characters at the moment. They can literally bring an apocalypse by eating Kawaki, who can't even protect himself, but that's not how they are built. The whole gang is after knowledge and answers, especially Jura, who just landed upon someone radiating Ten-Tails energy. Think of it as a real-world doomsday and finding a human being after assuming everyone is dead for ages. Himawari's Bijuu powers have only increased the number of questions that Jura holds for this reality. Kawaki, being the stubborn brother he is, might try to save Himawari from Jura, only to land upon hard luck again. These continuous L's must be the trigger for him to make a hard choice. The choice of choosing what really matters to him over everything. And as we know, it's the safety of Naruto. Earlier I believed Jura might have some special kinesis power to see through Omnipotence. That's why he's searching for Naruto. Even Daemon pointed the possibility of Kawaki getting trapped as a consequence of the Hokage hunt. But it seems like Kawaki can still continue with his lies and use this situation as an opportunity to fuel his main goal. The goal of killing every Otsutsuki, which requires some god level training and hard work. The side quest of going against the shinobis is most likely something that the shinobis bestowed on him, or it's apparently something he truly wanted to do, but the powerlessness was hindering him from doing it. The shinobi system is the root cause of all evil, and Kawaki already knows this. He has trained hard to save the world from the outside danger, but the only resolve for the inner conflict is a revolution. And as we know from history, a great revolution requires some great powers for fulfillment. So no matter whether the Shinju will train him or he gets to absorb them with a miracle, the next buff will definitely make Kawaki go crazy with his plans. The fun fact is that all these events are taking place in the past, and there is apparently a present day of Two Blue Vortex where the fight between Boruto and Kawaki is taking place. So it's clear that Kawaki's glow up won't be an overnight thing. It will certainly take us some time to reach that point where Boruto is narrating his tale. But whom is he narrating his story to? Is it the audience, Naruto, or a new ally? The most common answer would be the audience, since that will make the most sense. But a thing to be noted is that he himself affirms the end of Shinobi Age in the future. Earlier people speculated he might be himself responsible for what has happened, and that's when all the villain and anti-hero theories started to pop. But I think Boruto accepting the end of Shinobi Age is probably a reference to reality shifting, since everything done by why Kawaki will spoil the image of the Hokage's son. Now imagine if he succeeds in reversing omnipotence somehow. Everyone would blame him for eradicating the shinobi system. A more sophisticated interpretation of Boruto affirming the words of Kawaki is kind of a reach but interesting, so hear me out. Recently the creators revealed omnipotence as the power which has created the multiple worlds in Naruto verse on the command of Kami or Suzuki. Now either it's a reference to Shibai or Suzuki, which makes it a translation on Suzuki god, or Kami could be a completely different entity who has created this world as well as the destinies of people that are living in it. Either way, one thing is clear, that the entities powered by chakra are mere slaves to the wishes of omnipotence users. This includes the Suzuki gods and the cyborgs who have their DNA. Even though it's pretty apparent that why Aida never thought of mastering omnipotence to rule the world, but just imagine if she finds a loop to use her divine magic to fulfill all her wishes. Kishimoto has given the most powerful ability to someone who would never use it just because they are not ambitious. The desires of Aida are different than what others could have done with omnipotence. But in any case, this ability can definitely impact anyone or anything which is connected with chakra, be it the memories of people or the physical state of an overpowered clan. Check out my video on Uzumaki's to find out more about this. One thing is clear, that this power can not only tamper history but the destiny of a person as well. A great example to explain what I mean by this is that after transferring the data of Akebi into a clone, Amado will need someone with omnipotence to change her destiny in order to fully fulfill her revival. Only because if she is revived with the same fate, she will end up dying to the same illness no matter how many times she is brought back. The omnipotence will certainly return to the storyline in the future, and by looking at Boruto's narration from the prologue, what if he is recounting his story to an Suzuki god, the only one capable of undoing the destruction and re-establishing peace on Boruto's home planet? The medium between Boruto and this deity must be the pure-eyed Jogen, just like how Hogoromo's six-patch chakra awakened the Rinnegan of Sasuke. Boruto getting in contact with some godly chakra could be the trigger to the Jogen's awakening. An eye from the realm of gods would make him meet the one who originally wrote his fate before it got overwritten by an Suzuki. If that would be the case, then it will be interesting to see what challenges Boruto will need to go through in order to rewrite the destiny of every chakra wielder. Since omnipotence doesn't work on Suzukis, there could be a big hurdle in the resolve of Boruto. Yet his Uzumaki genes, which have pre-written a mighty fate for him, could turn him into the ultimate savior of the universe. Coming back from the futuristic things, let's talk about the first major milestone of Boruto that will take us a huge step closer to the worst possible future. The invasion of Shinjus is a really big deal, since they are the only enemies with mighty powers who are free from any drawbacks. Ishiki had a timer on him, so he couldn't do much. Aida and Daemon switched up out of nowhere. Core is a living L. Momoshiki apparently thought a parasitic life would be too interesting with Boruto as a vessel. Rest the villains from Naruto were just misled heroes. The Shinjus are literally the 10 tails on 2 feet. They carry the battle experience of every living and dead person on the planet, which makes them a formidable nuisance. If Jura, who's apparently the embodiment of the tail beast, somehow returns to his normal form, the whole village will be too helpless against him, explaining what Boruto meant by the worst possible future. It will be an uncontrollable apocalypse that could even shiver the strongest people. And the hidden power of Himawari already hints at the 10 tails nagging Daemon, cause just look at his expressions after sensing her intensity. The only one who could divert their minds right now is Himawari, so what if they kidnap her and abandon their other missions? It was foreshadowed in Boruto opening 10, where the heroes are retrieving Himawari from some bad guy. And since the opening and ending themes have foreshadowed some major plots in the story, like the omnipotence and its aftermath, it's not out of question for the Shinjus to abduct Himawari. But imagine if Boruto has attached a flying Raging seal to her, which would help him get her back. The whole retrieval arc would also give us some hot insights of the Shinjus on the powers of Naruto's daughter. Moreover, in the same opening, we can see Boruto and Kawaki doing a bro fist in the middle of a sunflower field. Sarada and Mitsuki are on Kawaki's side, representing the switch of identities. But what if it's a big foreshadowing for the temporary union of Boruto and Kawaki for the sake of saving Himawari? Her name translates to sunflower, explaining the symbolism behind this field. Maybe the reason Sarada and Mitsuki are on the other side is because they may have to pretend to be the allies of Kawaki, especially Sarada as a form of precaution. Let me know what you guys think about the fate of Himawari, and I will cover the best takes in my next video. Talking about the return of Boruto, there is a slight possibility that he may not be able to save Himawari due to one solid reason. Aida has planned to meet him in person, and he can be seen fighting Kawaki in the promotional panel. Since she will come to know that Boruto has arrived, it's very likely for her to meet him in this chapter. However, the two other Shinjus, Masuri and Bug, are nowhere to be seen, and it could be that one of them will come after Aida. And just to save Aida from getting eaten, Daemon and Boruto might participate in a tag team fight against the Bug Shinju. It kinda symbolizes the relationship between Bug and Daemon, which wasn't good at all. Otherwise, Bug wouldn't have betrayed the cyborgs by teasing the weakness of Daemon. The fate of Momoshiki is also an interesting thing to discuss, and you can watch the video on the right to find out more about it. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more amazing stuff. I will see you next time.